All right. So before we go ahead, I would like to clarify the definitions of business to business sales, so B2B, and business development. I know that in some companies, these definitions or like these terms might be used interchangeable. So, for example, if you work within a sales team and you do B2B, then sometimes people are going to use business development as a term for whatever you're doing there. So, and that is fine. I mean, there's nothing that is like hammered into stone or whatever. So it's like, yeah, I mean, people can define however they want to define it in their businesses. However, because of this course, I would like to just get like really certain on my definition and the definition some people might use. So that we're just pretty clear about what we're speaking here, and so that everyone actually is on the same page. So, in my terms, for me, business development and business to business, like the business to business sales, do differ in the way both actually do want to build or like build the reach of the business and do build the business to a certain degree. However, in my definition, in B2B sales, you are selling an already existing product or service, whereby in the business development, it can be everything that develops the business. So, to just get this a bit more clear, when you do B2B sales and you're selling an existing product or a service or whatever it might be, then you're growing the business by increasing the revenue, by increasing the sales, by increasing the number of sold products or services, etc. So you're basically growing the number of customers or the number of sales, but you're not really increasing the number of products you're offering, etc. So this would usually do a different department, your product development department, or wherever your company is built. Whereby, if we talk about business development in a classical sense, my definition there is that it is more for like entrepreneurs, people who are just currently building a business, so who are also focusing on strategic relationships, which can totally be a part of the B2B. But in my definition, the business development part is just a bit broader. So I would say that B2B is part of the business development, but business development can be more than sales. Business development can also be building, like as I said, strategic partnerships, but also getting like a very diverse portfolio on board. So, for example, different products, services you're going to use, different strategies, marketing. So to acquire maybe even like different kind of client segments. So the whole how you present the company, how you're going to grow the whole company, etc. That is what I would define as business development. But nevertheless, obviously within B2B, you also do develop the business, but just as a small aspect of it. It's more like specialized, whereby in the broader sense of business development, then sales is integrated, but there's also marketing, it's strategic partnerships, it's about a lot of research in which kind of areas can I grow, can I potentially grow. It's about failure, it's about trying, it's about retrying, etc. So I would say like the business development in the classical sense, how I'm going to use it as a term, is more relevant for entrepreneurs, whereby business to business sales is also relevant for entrepreneurs, but also what is this course about. So it's like this specific area of business development we are going to talk here. So it's really about how can you become better at selling something, a product or a service, like basically you're offering to another business. And yeah, to just like get the final like circle, if you do B2B sales, then obviously you can help other companies with their business development. So if you, for example, have a product or a service you're offering, which this business then use to grow like their brand even broader or the business broader, then yeah, this is again another like extended definition of business development. However, we are focusing on the technical sales process. So how does a sales cycle in B2B look like? What are the traits or like the success keys for successful B2B salespeople? And a lot of like really hands-on work for you to really customize this kind of standardized process to your needs and to make it as perfect as it could be for yourself and your own use. So again, the course here is about B2B sales, so the part where you sell an existing product and not the whole business development part of creating new products, etc. If you are in general interested in more like business development, I'm an entrepreneur myself, so I kind of go through this process like since a while already. Have figured out a couple of things that worked for me that didn't work so good, or which I can recommend and which I probably would not recommend necessarily. So if you're more interested in the business development part of things, then please feel free to leave me feedback, and I'm happy to consider it for another course. But yeah, as I said, this course is really focusing on the business to business part where we just focus on the sales.